What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to showcase a Jumpluff team in the new season. I think Jumpluff is one of the best new meta updates they've made. Energy Ball only taking 5 Fairy Winds to reach means now you can run Energy Ball as a bait attack, Acrobatics as your nuke, and this Pokemon has great damage output, great pacing. It's an amazing pick. It is kind of weak to Ninetales, which is everywhere, which is why Milotic is another Pokemon I'm going to try out. Milotic got that wrap buff in this current season, meaning now its neutral game is even better than it was before. Real quick though, before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's hop into the battles and see this team in action. All right, Milotic into Kanto Ninetales. There we go. That's a good lead. The worst thing about this is they do have an Energy Ball now, which is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to us. Oh, but they bring in Kingdra here, which honestly, Milotic is a huge core breaker too. They thought I was on Waterfall? Okay, that's a quick game. All right, next opponent. We'll see Milotic into Shadow Alt. Okay, this is where having access to Dragon Tail is so much better. This is likely going to be a good spot for us to be in, but, I mean, Shadow Alt could do a lot of damage to us as well. Okay, we see a Shadow Sableye come in. So they, I mean, they're taking full advantage of the Wigglytuff nerf this season. So that's something, I guess. I'm actually really strong into Altaria with our team, though, so I don't necessarily need switch advantage, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, a Tinkaton in the back line. All right. I'm going to let this go. They could be on Power Gem, but I don't think that quite one-shots us here. And if they're on Foul Play, then I can probably just go for a no-shield on one, shield the next, and farm all the way down, having a lot of energy for the backline. Which, honestly, Acrobatics or Energy Ball, it's going to hurt almost anything in the game. Steel would hard resist both of those attacks, but, I mean, if it is a Steel type in the backline, then we can just switch back into our Milotic and probably be in a good spot. All right, nice. We get a full farm down here. What is going to come in? See, Altaria makes some sense, I suppose. But Acrobatics here should be able to basically two-shot this, right? So I don't think we're in a bad spot. All right, big Acro. Our opponent does let it go, actually. That is so much damage. Fairy Wind as well, being super effective, is really nice here. They might get a move right before my Acro. No, either they don't or they don't choose to throw it. So now this should get a knockout. Or, I mean, maybe their final shield? Or their first shield, rather. They haven't shielded just yet. They let it go. Okay. Well, now we just switch out, I guess. What is this? Okay, yeah, Milotic's gonna have a lot of fun there. I guess we'll take the win. Got a match here. Let's see. We get Milotic up against an Altaria. Okay, we have Dragon Tail for this. We have a lot of coverage, actually, across the board. All three of our Pokemon are actually super effective with our fast attacks into Altaria, which is kind of cool. And since I have Wrap here, Wrap to get that damage increase, this should be a pretty good zero shield matchup for us. We do outpace to Sky attacks. And we'll see what's in the backline, I suppose. They could try to catch an attack here at some point, too. Or maybe just switch out to clear the debuff. But, yeah, Wrap after the Dragon Tails, putting them down below half HP. It's honestly not bad. Sky Attack going to come through against us. That's going to hurt a little bit, but nowhere near as much as they'd probably want it to. And we'll see if they stay in or not. I think at this point, I can knock them out here with my next Wrap, thanks to that debuff that we got into them. And if they shield this, honestly, I'm kind of fine if they want to shield this, because then I can farm down with my backline and get a big energy lead into them. Or if they let that go, that's just Altaria down. I have enough HP here, I can probably get to a move. I'm not giving a farm down over to this, no way. We have two pretty good answers in the backline. Oh, okay. Okay, so Jumpluff's just going to feast in the backline. I'm actually kind of surprised they stayed in the lead. Both Azu and Jellicent are both pretty strong into Milotic. But they just let us take down the Altaria. This is fine, this is perfect. All we have to do now is spam out Shadow Balls here, and then start spamming out Energy Balls in just a second, too. This is looking pretty good. Milotic is still around this game, but it's not going to do too much with Dragon Tail into Azu, or like with its charge attacks into Jellicent, so it's probably more just going to sit on the bench for most of this game. We're already at another Shadow Ball, almost at a third. So we'll see here if they let us get to it. Shadow Ball's not going to quite knock out. Maybe the third could. But they might even hang on there, because Azu is bulky. Oh, we just get a shield off that. That's honestly kind of nasty. We just let this go. And we just start spamming out moves with Jumpluff, and we should be very fine. The ref does knock us out. That's fine. We don't care. They bring in their other Water-type Pokemon. I mean, they either have Shadow Ball or Ice Beam, right, that they can throw into us, so I think I'd rather take Shadow Balls. At least one Shadow Ball from this Jellicent. We'll see if they shield this or not. I think Energy Ball, it still has a chance to get a defense drop, right? And that's not bad if we could get it. And honestly, they have so much energy here, I might as well just bring back in Milotic, because we put them into a range where Dragon Tails plus Aqua Tail could knock him out, and we just force him to waste a full-on Shadow Ball to knock us out, too. We actually got the debuff, that's awesome. I am so tempted now, actually. Wait, do I shield this? I'm going to shield this. It might be the worst play I could go for here, but I think it would be really funny if I shield... Oh, they surf. I didn't have to shield that to survive. Anyway, we have the Aqua Tail ready to go. This should either knock them out, or at the very least put them into a Fairy Wind farm down range. Doesn't quite knock out, but honestly, this is probably better for us. They are forced to throw more energy against us too, so we can just go for the Fairy Wind down. I guess the worst case scenario is, like, what if they Surf? And they... Oh, that was a way too big of an undercharge. I was gonna say, if, like, they Surf undercharge, and then get a big farm down with Azu, that could be kind of bad, but I think we survive an Ice Beam on Jumpluff anyway. And we also have access to the regular Jumpluff that is almost at another Energy Ball, so I think, like, no matter what here, we'd be fine. We'll shield this up just to, like, guarantee we don't take the Ice Beam just yet. Force them to throw a second move. But if they don't have the next Ice Beam after one bubble, then I just get my move off. And I guess they don't. They just top left instead, and we'll take the win. Alright, there we go. Next opponent. We'll see. Milotic up against a Kecleon. Okay. This person might have queued into the wrong league. It's hard to say. Maybe they just want to try out Kecleon, though. So Kecleon actually does have access to Thunder Punch now, which is a little bit scary, because that is super effective into us. And it also has a Dynamic Punch, so I don't really want to bring in my Lickilicky here. But I bet we win the zeros as a Milotic, so I'm going to play for that. They're at 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, this is honestly not that bad for us here, right? We have a Wrap already. We can go for a Wrap into Aqua Tail, and I think that's just going to knock them out. And we'll save a lot of HP on our Milotic if they let it go. And if they shield, that's also fine by me. I'm not that scared of Kecleon with our Jumpluff. But do we get a shield here or not? Let's see. No, they do let that go. That gives me an extra Dragon Tail, actually. Okay. What comes in? Okay, so they're actually just not playing the other meta. They're just trying out Kecleon. Interesting. Well, this is good for us. Not only do we get this Aqua Tail into them, which, I mean, that's good chip damage, but we also have our Lickilicky that's just going to shut this thing down. So as long as there's not, like, a really bad Pokemon in the backline for my Jumpluff, we should be fine here. Okay, this is actually... I wouldn't say this is a really bad Pokemon, but it's not, like, great, because it is, like, a little bit bait-reliant on if I can land a move here or not. But I'm just going to shield this up. Lickilicky is looking really strong right now. And I don't get one-shot by Acrobatics here, and neither do they. So, like, realistically, all I need to do here is land one Acro and be fine. But they are up on energy, so if I don't bait, they will outpace us. And we don't know who would win CMP. Like, even if I did bait, it could be, like, just down to who has the higher attack stat. Oh, they let that go? Well, that's good. I mean, that's just a win, right? I think they were hoping that I was going to go for a bait there. But that is by far the highest damage I can land in this Pokemon. Now all I need to do is go for an Acro here. Even if they catch on Corsola, an Acro into that Pokemon is going to do so much damage. And at this point, if they shield this, I win with Lickilicky. If they no-shield, I win with my Lickilicky, so I think we're good. Okay, they realize it. Nice, GG's. Got our next opponent. We'll see Milo up against Mightyena. Okay. Well, Mightyena, back in the day, used to get paired oftentimes with the, what's it called? The Wigglytuff. So, like, are they running that still or not? What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to let this go. Because if this is a crunch, it does do a lot of damage, but I still survive and get 2 Aqua Tails off. So I think that's not a bad play. We're at 2 right now. So they'll be able to outpace our backline to another charge attack before I can get my next move off against them. But, like, that's fine, I think. I'm going to be very interested to see what the final Pokemon's going to be, or the backline's going to be, rather. We have another Aqua Tail here. Do we get a double shield? No. I could bring in my Jumpluff here, but honestly, I think Lickilicky is going to take the damage better just because it's not going to get debuffed by a Poison Fang. I can roll out all the way down, and that way I'll have a lot of energy on my Lickilicky. Hopefully my Ninetales in the backline is going to be safe, and we'll see what happens. Okay, good. No crunch defense drop. We get the... We'll roll out down, too. That's a lot of energy here on Mightyena. Or from the Mightyena. Ooh. Don't love seeing the Carbink. But, I mean, Energy Ball is a good move. I guess maybe they just swapped over Wigglytuff to Carbink on this team. That's an option. They could have, like, Steelix in the backline. But, like, yeah, we don't take that much damage from Rock Throw, all things considered. So, maybe we're still in a playable spot here. I have to shield this up. I literally have to shield. If I don't at this point, I only have a Lickilicky, and that's not going to win us the game. So Rockslide getting a shield. Do they stay in? They are staying in for now. Oh, no! I don't think I was going to beat this anyway. That's a really nice catch by them, I guess. Oh, we got the debuff. Hold on. Am I gaming? Maybe the debuff there is going to bail us out. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's going to help us that much, actually. But we got to try. We got to hope. That was a really nice catch by them. That's just so much damage. Hold on. Is there ever a chance? Is there ever a chance here? I'm going to try, obviously. We got to try. They do Rock Tomb. Can I Fairy Wind this down? I think I can, actually. We do Fairy Wind down. That's not bad. And, like, I don't like going for an Energy Ball here that's debuffed, but I think I have to. Just because at this point, if I don't go for the Energy Ball here, then I'll, like, swap out and store another Energy Ball, but I'm going to be debuffed. Okay, I got to get another Shadow Ball off this game. Please. Licky. Okay. They need to no-shield this to be able to win this one. And they have to hope that if they no-shield this, they can farm us all the way down, which they probably can. It is a Carbink. We get his shield. Hold on. I think Jumpluff wins CMP against Carbink. If I don't, I'm so sad. We have the move. We cleared the debuff. Come on, Jumpluff. And now tell me this is enough to knock out. Please. I don't know. Is this? Jumpluff, I believe in you. Okay. What a stupid game. We got our next opponent here, though. We'll see Milotic up against a Poliwrath. Okay. This isn't unplayable for us, but we do have to keep in mind here, Poliwrath is going to spam out Dynamic Punch so quickly, right? And that is probably going to two-shot us. I guess this isn't honestly a bad Pokemon to see here, though, because my backline isn't necessarily that good into this either. Jumpluff has to take Icy Winds, which is not great. Dynamic Punch would do even more to Lickilicky, so I guess at this point, just playing out the ones, maybe the twos here, wouldn't be bad for us. We have enough bulk in the backline that really just knocking this Pokemon out would be good for us. Alright, they do throw their energy. They could Icy Wind bait, but that would be a criminal play by them. I hope they don't do that. Yeah, just Dynamic. So now we can go for a few more Dragon Tails. I don't even know, does Aqua Tail knock them out from this point? I'm going to go for the Wrap, just to guarantee it, because I am not confident that that's enough to knock out. And if they shield this, I just let this go, and I can come in, farm down with my Jumpluff. They do let that go, though. What's going to come in here? Tinkaton. That's a little scary. But they do have to probably go for a big attack to knock us out here. This could be the team that I ran the other day with, like, a Lickilicky in the back line. I ran that before the new season came out, though, so, like, would someone run an old It's Axum team? Does Bulldoze even KO us, though? I don't think it does. I'm going to let this through. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm going to swap out and save the energy here, just in case we need it later on. And they might try to catch an attack. Okay, it's not the It's Axum team. It is unfortunately not the team that I wanted it to be, which means Primeape here is going to put in quite a bit of work into us. But, like, either way, it is still a playable spot to be in. I don't know what their moveset is, which is going to be a little bit scary for our backline to deal with. If they're on close combat, that's probably better for my Jumpluff, because that means no Ice Punch. And if they're on Ice Punch, that means they don't even knock us out with the charge attack here. So I guess we'll play it by ear. They do have, like, back-to-back close combats here, though. I have an Aqua Tail loaded. There's a close combat. Okay, now we know. So I just come in Jumpluff. I farm down all the way. And I guess at this point, I hope that Jumpluff plus my Aqua Tail and I have on my Milotic is going to be good enough. They clear their debuff. That's a smart play. I mean, they probably don't ever bait us here, right? I'm going to shield the first attack. If that is a Bulldoze bait, that is an insane play. So yeah, we shield the Gigaton, luckily. If I ever take a Gigaton, though, then I'm probably just going to be in Rage Fist range. Do they shield this? They don't? Okay. Okay, can I, like, ever win this? It's going to be so down to the wire. Like, I have the energy left over on my Milotic that could come in clutch. I do survive that pretty well. Dream. I have back-to-back Energy Ball here. Like, I kind of need an Energy Ball to be enough to knock out. And I'm not sure it will be. Wait. Okay. Milotic, does that win CMP against Tinkaton? I don't know if I do or not. I do? Does this knock out? Okay, they actually don't throw energy here, but does this knock them out? I honestly have no idea. Milotic, please. We won that one. Okay, I guess we just won that. That's insane. All right, next battle here. Dude, my Milotic's been coming in clutch in these games. Like, it's actually been putting in work. Jumpluff, honestly, has been, like, a little bit lackluster compared to it, which is not what I was expecting. I thought Jumpluff was going to be the star of the show here today. For it in the lead is very neutral if they're on Brick Break and Swift, but if they're on Trailblaze, it's a little bit worse for us. But honestly, I think it's kind of like, we did see Kecleon earlier. It's going to be a similar matchup to that. What is this? Of course, it's always the move you don't want to see, so it is a Trailblaze. But that's fine. We have a Wrap ready to go. We have another Aqua Tail right after, and we can get his shield or put them down very low. And Jumpluff is a pretty good wall to what Ferret wants to do. Alright, Aqua Tail now. We got the debuff on that Wrap. So we'll see. Maybe they want to shield this up even. I would not be upset by a shield here. Aqua Tail gets a no shield. And we just straight up win the zeros. Okay. What's going to come in? Do we give a farm down over? What is this? I probably don't want to... okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting game. Shadow Fortress in the backline. It is a pretty bad CP, actually, for some reason, so that is important to note. My Jumpluff doesn't want to see this necessarily, but I guess I do have Acrobatics that could hit for quite a bit of damage. Guess I should have baited that. I don't think it matters. I get to 2 Shadow Balls here anyway. I'm going to no-shield this. I know I survive, and honestly, my rollout damage is putting them into a range where I can knock them out with an Acrobatics. Maybe I just switch here into my Jumpluff instantly. It's not like these Bug Bites are super effective into us, and I will get an Acro off pretty quickly. But they probably just go for the shield here and go for a Rock Tomb to make it so the next Acro doesn't knock him out. I guess the play would be go for the Energy Ball debuff chance, right? Surely that'd be the right play to go for. I mean, it could be, but I'm not going to. I think that the next Acro is still going to do quite a bit of damage. It's probably not going to knock him out just yet here, though. A Rock Tomb makes sense. No crazy Sand Tomb bait shenanigans. But I mean, Acro's going to put them down into farm down range still. And maybe I can switch out at some point and clear my debuff here. We don't know what's in the backline. They seem kind of scared of our Jumpluff and our Lickilicky. Like, what if it's like a... I don't know, a jelly or something? Okay. Honestly, I'll just shield this up. I'm going to bank an Energy Ball and switch out. If I can. Big Rock Tomb. Oh my goodness. You cannot tell me they just brought this in. What did they just do? Why did they just do it? What did they think this was going to accomplish? I survive a Body Slam here. I'm double debuffed, but I'm using Energy Ball. Like, sure, Body Slam. Uh-oh. Not the Body Slam. Wow. I don't know why they did this. I think I was in a playable spot either way, but if I would have swapped out and given a big farm down over to the Gastro, there's a chance I could have lost this one. But even still, like, I don't understand. I think we had play, but they just gave us the game on a silver platter there, just by doing that. All right, we'll take it. GG's. All right, next opponent. We'll see Milotic up against Hero. Okay, it's fine. I do outpace this, actually, with Aqua Tail, so I'm sure neutrally this is not a bad matchup to be in. I could go for Wraps here, which might be a good play in, like, the 2-shield matchup. But I feel like going straight Aqua Tail in the zeros is probably just a better option. There is a good chance that with a Firo in the lead, there's going to be ground types in the backline that my Jumpluff would rather see. And I should survive a move here. They did buff Firo this season, Drill Run being a little bit cheaper of an attack. But you wouldn't really throw that here, right? Alright, well, instantly Aqua Tail. It is bad timing to throw the move right now, but it is fine to do this, just because I want to make sure I get it off before their next move. I want to guarantee a shield or a knockout. Getting rid of this thing is huge for us. Another Fortress. A lot of free thinkers in this day and age. I love to see it. I'm going to get a full sneak if they throw an alignment, so I'm still fine with this. And while we don't love this Pokemon, I think it is still playable for Jumpluff. Acrobatics hurts quite a bit. We have a lot of energy left over on Milotic as well. We can probably get to an Aqua Tail later on. So we'll see how they play this out. Shadow Ball's going to hurt if they let it land, but because of that debuff, it's not going to 2-shot. Let that go. Makes sense. 2, 3. So they have their next move now. But yeah, even after a debuff, we put this thing down pretty low. And we can probably go here for another Shadow Ball into a Body Slam and either get a knockout or put them down at least low enough they're in farm down range. What's going to be in the backline? Why are they staying in this? I mean, I guess the real answer is because this is not a bad matchup for them. But also, they probably know at this point that there's a good chance that they have play with this Pokemon later on this game. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. I want to guarantee the shield or the KO, so we'll do that. And our opponent at this point has a decision to make. Do they shield this? No, they no shield, hoping for a body slam. In the backline is a Sableye. All right. We're going to go for the D-Gen play, because that's what we do here on the It's Axon channel. We go for the D-Gen wrap bait against the Sableye. It might be a bait, but it's also the more expensive move, which is insane. There we go. Even if they're on Power Gem, they don't knock us out here. And now my Fairy Winds do a lot of damage. Should we no-shield this? Probably not. I'm kind of tempted to. They'd probably go for a Drain Punch bait here. Yeah. Okay, well, but now that we know they're on Drain Punch, it's like, how do they win this game? How do they ever win this game? Because they never one-shot us, and they never outpace us enough. Especially thanks to the fact that I have Energy Ball. I guess I'd probably go Acro, just to guarantee a little bit more raw damage here. I want to make sure we get the knockout no matter what. And they no shield. There we go. GG's. Next opponent. Milotic up against a Sableye. Shadow Sableye. Alright, well, we just saw one of these a second ago. And it wasn't bad for Milotic necessarily, but we didn't stay in that matchup for too long. I think I'm just going to go for a chip and dip here. Go for the Aqua Tail as soon as I can. And then I can switch out, because I have super effective Fairy Winds, and I also have my Lickilicky that resists the Ghost type damage here. So if I chip and dip here, and just make it so this Sableye doesn't have a lot of... Whoa, what did they just throw? They threw an alignment. Did they foul play us, or did they Drain Punch instantly? Either way, I'm fine. Drain Punch, I think, is actually worse for them, because while it is super effective, somehow it does less damage into Lickilicky, which is kind of insane to say. I'm really worried about a catch here, so I'm not going to throw instantly. So yeah, but I guess I would have thrown this anyway. They clear their defense boost by doing that. Alright, Shadow Balls are going to add up here. Honestly, I'm a little bit weak to Ray Dilly on my team, so it's probably a good thing they've brought this in here. With that said, Shadow Balls do an insane amount of damage. Maybe I'm not even in that bad of a spot. And if they throw energy here soon, then I can just swap back into Milotic, which is also not bad for us. They like throwing on alignment. Alright. I think I'm just going to let this go. Bank the energy, because I think I survive unless they Grass Knot. Oh, they do Grass Knot, but I do survive still, actually. That's crazy. And 2 Dragon Tail should knock this out. Okay, I like where this game's going. I have a Body Slam loaded on my Lickilicky. They bring back in that Sableye. They throw on really bad timing once again. I'm going to shield this up. It could be a bad play, but I want to save my Milotic just in case I go for the foul play, which this time they actually do go for. And I'm not going to go for the wrap this time. Maybe I should, just for the funny play, but... I mean, at this point, I don't really need to debuff them. They're so low. I might as well just go for the Aqua Tail, and if they shield again, or if they shield this, I can shield again and go for the full Dragon Tail down, and probably just wrap whatever's in the back line. Again, they give me a Dragon Tail sneak. I love to see that. We'll get a huge farm down, we'll debuff the final Pokemon, and if they don't switch out right now, then they're going to give us a permanent debuff into the final pick, whatever that is. Well, maybe I don't debuff this. Maybe I actually have to throw real attacks into this Pokemon. This is a little bit scary. Just because it's pretty bulky, right? And I don't love that. But I do have access to a lot of damage with my Jumpluff. And I have a Body Slam in the back line. But Clodsire is so bulky, and they're no-shielding everything. That's a smart play. 7. Alright, is this a Stone Edge here? Or a Sludge Bomb? I'd love to see Stone Edge, because then they're energy dry. It is Stone Edge. Okay, so we outpace them with Energy Balls with our Jumpluff. I think we lagged a turn there, but we should be able to throw first, which is going to kind of make it so that doesn't matter. And I do have my Body Slam on my Lickilicky, so if I can Fairy Wind this into a range where we can knock them out just with a Body Slam, then it doesn't even matter if they catch. Shield makes sense. Okay, so we need to make sure a catch doesn't happen here to guarantee a win. They're getting close, though, to Body Slam range, so... Again, if they catch, it's not the end of the world, but I'd rather they didn't. Okay, there's the catch. Thank goodness. That was odd. But now we have the Acro even just to guarantee the knockout. And we get the win. Interesting team right there. Luckily, Milotic, once again, I don't know why Milotic's putting in so much work, but it actually is. It's such a neutrally good Pokemon. Bulky, spammy, it's got it all. All right, next battle. We'll see Milotic up against a Shadow Ninetales. Okay, well, I gotta watch out for catches here, because while we are in a good spot, they can dance around us if they want to, but they might swap out thinking on Waterfall. They do switch into a Mantine here. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go for a Wrap first. This might be a bad play going for a Charge Attack here, but the way that I see it, I want to guarantee that my Lickilicky can win this matchup. And I honestly have no idea how good or bad this matchup is for Lickilicky. Trainer? I will give him a few wing attacks back here. I think they're lagging. But that's fine. That's awesome, actually. What I want to do here now is build up a lot of extra energy. And I want to have just damage against whatever else they come in with. They go for that. Interesting. If they are going to go for the Water Pulse, then I want to make sure I don't take a second charge attack without forcing a shield. I'll go for the Shadow Ball to guarantee a knockout here. Or if they do shield, that's also fine. They can't really come back in Ninetales here, right? If they do, they end up taking so much damage. Well, they do come back in Ninetales, so I guess, what do I know? Oh, nice catch. What was that on? Kingdra. Well, it would appear we have an answer for this with our Jumpluff. Was that a Shadow Kingdra or just a regular? It's Shadow, okay. And I think that Jumpluff's just neutrally really good here. They are out of this game. Yeah, they were in a pretty bad spot, not gonna lie. That's an interesting team, just like triple buffed Pokemon, right? Mantine double, or Ninetales double water, rather. Good guy, Axon. I pretend like I'm a good guy. Actually, there's a few games at NAIC last year that I made sure to give turns back when my opponents one turn lagged, because I just didn't want my opponents to dispute against me because I was already in a good spot. So if I'm a good guy, I don't know. All right, Annihilate on the lead. Is it on counter? It is. Okay. Interesting Pokemon to see here. I know that they could have Ice Punch, which my Jumpluff wouldn't want to see, but once again, we do outpace them pretty easily with these Aqua Tails. We'll see what they want to do. They do no-shield that. And that is only a Rachis. I'm going to let this go. Once I get rid of Annihilate here, I think my Lickilicky is going to be a lot more free. And since I know I survived this, there's not much of a reason to shield just yet, when I can win the zeros and guarantee this Pokemon goes down, or they have to go down shields in order to take us out. Big Aqua Tail. I do see a shield. I'm actually going to hard pivot right now. Could be a bad play, but I'm up a shield right now. And if they go for the Ice Punch here, I just shield, right? And this gives me a big energy lead. And they're almost even in rollout downrange. They have to clear their boost if they swap. It is Ice Punch, good shield. What is this? G-Fisk? That's fine. I don't think they put us into double Rock Slide range just yet. It's probably good that I baited this out, because this is actually pretty bad for our Lickilicky to see. Alright, Rock Slide. Does this two-shot us here? There's no way. There's no way. Yeah. Such a sad move. Actually a pretty good move, but from a Galarian Stunfisk into a Jumpluff doesn't do that much. So up energy, up a single Fairy Wind. I think we just split this matchup in all evens. We got a debuff, which is cool, but doesn't matter that much, I guess. Because we still need 3 attacks here. But I mean, I'll take a debuff. I'll never say no to debuffs. As long as they're in my favor. Alright. I don't want them to switch out here at any point, so I'll just go for the next Energy Ball here in just a second. They do still have a little bit of that Annihilate around, right? Which I don't love. But I mean, it's fine, because it's so low on HP. It's really more of just a catch opportunity for them right now. Energy Ball should get the knockout. And they came in G-Fisk here, so maybe the final Pokemon's not even that good into us. Well, that was wishful thinking. At least we land the Energy Ball. Maybe we get a shield here? Or actually, I'd rather see this land. If I see this move land, I'm in a better spot. It does land, okay. But we're still not... Why do I keep getting debuffs? This is amazing. Okay. This is going to be an odd game. I do get the Dragon Tail through, so now I can just roll out this down. I wish that I had Earthquake. I think I need, like... I don't know if 2 Shadow Balls knock out here. I wish I had Earthquake right now. Where is my Earthquake? I don't want to lose to a Carbink. Annihilate Carbink G-Fisk. Intriguing team by them. We get a shield. I just have to hope that 2 Shadow Balls knock out. I'm almost there. I mean, I'm like literally at the back-to-back here. I should survive a Rock Slide still. And I want to get as much rollout damage as I can. But again, I don't think this knocks out with 2 Shadow Balls. I wish it did, but I think Carbink is just so monstrously bulky that it might survive these. Does it? I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here just to hope. They're pretty close to another Rock Slide at this point. So I don't want to take it if I can help it. That doesn't knock out. 1 rollout, please! Lickilicky! My goat! Lickilicky takes down the Carbink. We get the win. Alright, next battle. Gotta see no more Carbinks, please. No more Carbinks! That Pokemon is not allowed anymore. I guess this is where I want to see it, actually. Hold on. Although I bet Earthquake here puts in quite a dent to us if they... Okay. What do I do here? This might be an odd placing. They have Dynamic Punch, but I'm going to bring in my rollout user. I know they have Acrobatics as well as Dynamic Punch, so honestly, it's like, either way, it's a little bit scary to see this. That doesn't even two-shot us easily. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually a little bit weak to Ladian with this team. I'm not a Ladian believer, but at least we have ways of dealing with it. I have 2 Body Slams here, which I think should be enough to knock him out. I don't think 1 Shadow Ball would be. They're at 3, so they have access to another move here in just a second. They actually shield that, so I'm going to just keep on farming. They're on their 3 cycle now, keep that in mind. But we've only landed rollouts, by the way, against this so far, and they're already so low on HP. They catch on Clodsire. Okay, I mean, that's fine, I guess. We have a lot of energy on Milotic. We've done so much damage with Lickilicky already that it's fine if our Milotic has to see it. But this is going to be such an odd game. Because if they ever land like an Acrobatics from that Ladian into our backline, into our Jumpluff especially, that's going to hurt quite a bit, and I would not like that. I mean, Earthquake, how much does Earthquake do nowadays? We'll see, I guess. They have a bulky team. They are disrespectful to Ice types, though. My goodness. 1 Ice type would be not ideal for them. I think I survive an Earthquake, right? I'm a Milotic. I'm kind of bulky. But they did buff Earthquake, so it's going to hurt. More than I'd like. Well, we survived that easy. Jumpluff in the back. Okay. I'm going to go for the wrap here. Guess I bring in my own Jumpluff. And I hope for the best. 7. Okay. So they do have an Acrobatics right now. The big question is going to be, should I ever bait here? Should I ever bait? I don't know if I should. I'm going to full send. I don't think I can risk a bait, because I think if they no-shield a bait, I'm in a really bad spot. If they shield a nuke, at the very least, I still have play. Okay, good. We land the move. That's what I wanted to see. All right. And now I have all the energy on my Lickilicky. That hopefully is going to go somewhere. Okay. Okay. We snipe down the Ladian with a Body Slam. This should knock out, right? And then we have 3 Pokemon to take down 1 Clodsire. We should be good. We should be good. Okay. That was a close game. And with that, is that back-to-back 5-0s, actually? What the heck? Wait, back-to-back 5-0s with this team. That's incredible. I think I was rating Milotic a little bit too low this season. It's actually so neutrally good right now. It's kind of crazy to say, but I think it's not a bad Pokemon. Man, this team put in so much work here today. I was kind of struggling day number 1, but here, day number 2, Milotic, I don't know why it put in so much work, but man, this thing, I might be underrating it a little bit, and I think Jumpluff as well. Great Pokemon in the new season. Big surprise, right? That's one of the Pokemon that we were all saying was going to be good, but yeah, it's good, right? So give it a go if you have one. So yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.